Hey, it's Engraver here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to my SuperCollider demo / Logic Pro demo where I'm giving you the complete structure of my drum kit. Yes, I said probably in my description on my previous video that a bass line was coming. It's still coming, but this is very labor intensive. And just to get everything lined up and the numbers right, it just takes several hours. It's fun, I love it. And I know it's gonna be worth it in the end with performing and recording. But bear with me, I'm still learning the ropes here, and a bass line and a harmony is coming to you. And once I have this completed, I'll play along on violin. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. First with our MIDI setup. Everything's connecting, of course, no errors. And let's go ahead and listen to our kick. And we'll go ahead and evaluate the note off method, which, quote, unstucks, unquote, the note. That's my clap. And this is my crash. Kind of sounds like a hi-hat, which is quite nice. It's kind of a higher version of a crash. And a stereophonic ride cymbal. How about no latency? And this nice bit of syntax that helps Logic unstuck the notes, you know, the MIDI data. I don't know if you've ever seen a recording process in Logic where notes can get stuck and just, you know, keep going on forever. So this actually helps mitigate that. And then we'll go ahead and just evaluate the tempo clock. This is at 140 beats per minute. And this syntax is if you wanted to change the tempo in real time, but I won't need that. It's just there to use if I ever needed that. Now, before I evaluate the score, let's go ahead and cover a few things. The first is I expanded the structure to 9 sections. The first section is 32 bars in length, and then I have 8 more sections at 16 bars in length. And I have them lined up accordingly. And there's more variance in the kick, as we can see with these numbers. And there's also a return rhythm, so going back to a rhythmic idea, like an ABA form or just a simple return. And this in section 7 is where we go halftime, so you can see that the kick is less frequent here. And of course, I have the same layout for all my other instruments, my 3 other instruments. And I have a bit of a triplet feel for my halftime. In fact, let me just go ahead and label that. That is my 7th section. And then a return as the final section. And everything looks good here. And also my halftime down here. Now, real quick, you may see, oh, I have, you know, 0.25 or, you know, the floating point as a quarter there. And I also have things like, you know, a full beat or half a beat or even going for 3/4 long, you know, 3/4 of a beat long there. But when it comes to triplets, I actually have to use the fractions. So you'll see here, 2/3, 2/3, 2/3. You gotta think of it as the length of 2 triplet notes. So it's covering, the instance is covering 2 triplet notes. And then another instance on that 3rd triplet note. Finally, a final instance right in that middle, and it gives you a triplet quarter note feel. Very confusing if you just don't have it locked in in your brain. But my reason for doing this instead of the float value here is actually pretty basic. It's, you know, if I just did 33, you know, what humans see as a 3rd, well, that's all well and good. You can see it float up there. But if you have a 1/3 of a beat rather, the value obviously is different. I mean, to us humans, it looks the same, but the computer is going to fall on that instance, that percussion a little bit later. And actually, it is perceptible over time. So let's go ahead and get into Logic. We've got our instrumentation set up here and our MIDI instruments all sounding nice. Let's just go ahead and record that, and I will record the score. Oh, well, let's not record it there. I must have been practicing. No, stop. Okay, there we go. Let's go back here. All right, now we're gonna record. And I believe I do have this at 140, right? Yes, I do. Okay, good. I just love that red going from blue to red. It's great. Oh, that is Logic. All right, there we go. Let's go ahead. We'll climb all the way up to the kick. It's a long score. There's a little bit of a stutter, but that's okay. One, two, three. Now we've just entered the second sequence of 8 bars. There might be some audible glitches. Sometimes the computer can't process the audible signal. Well, it does process it, but sometimes we can't hear it. But it should be fine as far as the recording is concerned. All right, now we've entered the third sequence of our 32 bars, and it's the same material, adding, of course, I believe the crash comes in a little bit later. And that is our ride, of course. Oh, actually, we've just entered our second section. That's where the ride is coming. The ride is silent for the first section. And now we will return to the original rhythm, but for 16 bars, not 32 bars. All right, let's journey on down to the fourth section of our clap. All right, we've just reached our fourth section here. And then the clap will return with that return motive. I'll wait until it gets to that section before moving along down. All right. And actually, I should go ahead and notate that before I go down. All right. We will be entering our fifth section soon. All right, we are here now. And really the crash, acting like a hi-hat, is doing more or less the same thing. Okay, now we are returning. The crash just holds off for 8 bars, and then for another 8 bars it goes back into that, every point of the subdivision. All right, not much to the halftime. Let's go ahead and go down to the ride and see what it's doing for the halftime here. Who knows, I might add something, or I might just pull away even more. I really like the idea of pulling out material, especially percussion. And then you hear that the crash has come in as well. And again, the instrumentation is subject to change. It's kind of fuzzy. I will tighten the sounds, maybe even change the sounds, but it's basically the structure. We have come at last to the 8th section. And there's that little glitch there. Silly computer. It's probably a value I gave it. Whoa, that's awesome. That's just beautiful stuff. Oh, wait, we're done. We are done. We just hit the return as if it's starting over because it's infinite. Actually, I probably should put 1 here before I realize while I'm playing that it's just gonna go on. All right. Let's see how long that was. So, about 5-ish minutes. Not bad. I think that's a good standard performance for original music. Oh, actually, let's go ahead and put that there. And give or take, let's see. I think actually, yeah, I think it's kind of. Oh, stop. Yeah, about 4.5 minutes. I thought that it was more than that. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for always watching and listening. Always be on the lookout for some more sound experimentation every Thursday. And until I see you next, keep producing the art you love, and I'll catch you later.